Yo, traffic. I hate this. I am actually getting fond of working from home, which takes me back to the thought, work, why do we go? You know the reason they pay you? They pay you because if they didn't pay you, you wouldn't go. Motivation is you're going to be paid for what you're doing. And which brings me to some of the things I deal with at work, and that is dealing with people who have issues with the people that they work with or they work for or that work for them. And one thing that is common is supervisors will come to me and tell me the issues they're having with an employee. And what they tell me generally is this employee is giving them a hard time. And I tell them, in the context of work, tell me what a hard time is. Because I want the supervisor to focus on something that they are supposed to do but they are not doing. Because a lot of times, people think work should be a place that is social. To me, that's a fallacy. Because like I said, everybody comes there because they're gonna get paid. Otherwise, they would have other things to do, right? Unless it's a volunteer activity, which in itself, more than one person when they meet, there's gonna be a little bit of conflict. Conflict does not mean a bad thing. It just means you don't think the same. Back to the supervisor. I always ask the supervisor, tell me what this person is supposed to do that they are not doing. And by supposed to do, I'm talking about the job description. I'm not talking about they should say hello to you, they should be nice to you, because a lot of people want to create tension because they feel a person doesn't like them, or they feel like a person doesn't listen to them. If you're not the supervisor, don't worry about what the other person does, especially if they show you, I don't want anything to do with you. Because what happens is, if you disagree, now you're stopping what you're supposed to do, you're focused on your little drama. You know what I mean? So, back to the example I started yesterday, or I was presented with yesterday, and I'm gonna deal with today. This person is causing a lot of issues because she doesn't do what she's supposed to do, and she's always taking leave with these COVID guidelines. The person is saying they have been exposed, and then they get leave, blah 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 blah, and then the people have to pick up the slack. By that information alone, I am telling the supervisor, you are taking it personal. And what I mean by that, I'm not necessarily telling the supervisor, hey, back up, you shouldn't feel how you feel, but you're investing your personal feelings into it, like this person is to be dedicated to their job, and you are forgetting that they have the right to take leave if it's there. If they have leave, if there's guideline where if you get exposed, you're supposed to get 14 days. If there's if you get sick, you're supposed to take, whatever the case, let the person burn themselves. That's what I always advise advisors. Look at that fog right there. Anyway, but squirrel. But no, what I'm saying is, always focus on the facts, and you're gonna find you're gonna have less headaches. I'm not saying ignore any drama, any what do you call it, interaction drama, but as a supervisor, you must not take it personal. Otherwise, you're gonna burn out. You're gonna end up losing your mind. You know what I mean? You always have to step back and look at things objectively. And the person who is annoying, who is irritating you, I guarantee they're gonna move on and do that to somebody else. And I guarantee, even if you are nice to them, they are not gonna pay you back by doing what they're supposed to do so you have a good day. So always look at it objectively. You know what I mean? So let them burn their leave. Let them say they got exposed. Then you need to sit them down and be like, hey, why are you the only one who is getting exposed to COVID all the time? If that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? If he or she is always sick, Find a way you can tell them, hey man, let's find a way we can accommodate you, because at the end of the day, our office is supposed to do 1, 2, 3. And without you, we are failing. So please, you need to understand, when you applied for this job, you said you could do the job. Everybody that's working, whether they are disabled, whether they are Schedule A, whether they were brought there by their uncle, whether they were brought there directly, indirectly, whoever came there, there's one point when somebody said, this person understands what they're supposed to do, and that's why we hired them. So always remember that principle, and then you're not going to be struggling, you know? So that's my advice, my input to supervisors. Supervisor, note, I'm not saying managers, I'm not saying colleagues, I'm talking about supervisors. You know what I mean? And that's my job, that's what I do. So I'm talking from an expert point of view. If you understand me, that's fine. If you don't understand me or this doesn't pertain to you, that's good too. At the end of the day, remember, even if you are at work, which is where you spend most of your awake time, make the best of it. But don't forget, work and friendship is an oxymoron or a fallacy. Have a good hump day, peoples.